Good morning, dear students. Today we will see a rotational spectra of diatomic molecules, that is rigid rotor model or rigid rotator model. As we know, a diatomic molecule having a bond, when this bond get rotated about the axis, due to rotation, what happen? A centrifugal force develops in a molecule. Centrifugal force means a force that extends from center. Due to this force, the bond get elongated. Means bond is elastic and bond gets elongated. Such a molecule is called as non-rigid rotator. For understanding the rotational spectra of the molecule, we will assume that the bond length does not change during the rotation of the molecule and bond is rigid, means intact, not elastic. Such a molecule is called as a rigid rotator model, and it is a hypothetical case, it is not a true case. We will see in the figure the diatomic molecule having atoms A and B, and the atom A with mass m1 and B with mass m2, and this distance between them is denoted by r0, and it is rotated about the center of gravity C n over n. Consider a diatomic molecule as shown in figure with two atoms A and B having masses m1 and m2 respectively, rotating about an axis passing through the center of gravity. Now that distance between these two atoms is denoted by r0. If the molecule is rotated about an axis through the center of gravity, and r1 r2 are the distances of the two atoms A and B from the center of gravity, thus r0 is equals to r1 plus r2. This is equation number 1, as where r1 and r2 are the distances from center of gravity of atom A and B respectively. The molecule rotates end over end about point C, that is center of gravity. Thus m1 r1 is equals to m2 r2. This is equation number 2. Now what is moment of inertia for the molecule? The moment of inertia about the C, center of gravity, is defined as I is equals to m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square, or it may be written as I is equals to m1 r1 into r1 plus m2 r2 into r2. But from equation 2, it is m1 r1 is equals to m2 r2. By putting the value of m1 r1 as equals to m2 r2 and m2 r2 is equals to m1 r1, we will get I is equals to m2 r2 r1 plus m1 r1 r2. I is equals to r1 r2 into m1 plus m2. r1 r2 is common, m1 plus m2. This is equation number 3. From equation 1 and 2 we can write m1 r1 is equals to m2 r2. This is equation 2. Equation 1 is r0 is equals to r1 plus r2, from which we can put the value of r1 or r2. m1 r1 is equals to m2 r2. r2 is equals to, from equation 1, r0 minus R1, that is equals to M1 R1 is equals to M2 R0 minus M2 R1. Now R1 is equals to M2 R0 upon M1 plus M2. This is equation number 4a, suppose. Similarly, by putting the value of R1 as R0 minus R2, we will get R2 is equals to M1 R0 upon M1 plus M2. Equation number 4b. Substituting these values of R1 and R2 in equation 3, we will get I is equals to M2 R0 upon M1 plus M2 into M1 R0 upon M1 plus M2 into M1 plus M2, as that is equals to I is equals to what? M1 M2 upon M1 M2 into R0 square. I is equals to what? Mu R0 square. Equation number 5. Where mu is called as the reduced mass of the molecule and R0 is the bond length. Now we will see energy levels of the rigid rotator. As we know, the molecule is rigid, its potential energy is 0 and the energy of rigid rotator is equal to the kinetic energy. Hence, E rotational, that is rotational energy, is equals to half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. This is equation number 6, where v1 and v2 are the linear velocities of masses m1 and m2. Now, as the molecule is rotated, the angular velocity of the rigid rotator is given as omega is the angular velocity, which is equals to v upon r. Linear velocity upon radius, it is equals to angular velocity, or v is equals to omega into r. Now, E rotational is equals to half m1 omega r1 square plus half m2 omega r2 square. By putting the value of linear velocity, we will get E rotational is equals to half omega square into m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square. Now E rotational is equals to half I into omega square. Since I, that is the moment of inertia, I is equals to what? M1 R1 square plus M2 R2 square. On solving for the Schrodinger's wave equation for various rotational energy levels allowed for the transitions to the rigid diatomic molecule are given by the equation Ej is equals to h square upon 8 pi square I into j plus 1 joules, equation number 7, where j is called as a rotational quantum number having values 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Equation 7 gives the allowed energy in joules. However, the energy may be expressed in terms of wave number, that is per centimeters. And since in spectroscopy the difference between these energy levels or corresponding frequency of the radiation emitted or absorbed are considered. Thus, epsilon j is equals to Ej upon Hc. By putting the value of Ej, we will get H upon 8 pi square Ic into j plus 1. Epsilon j is equals to Bj into j plus 1. This is equation number 8, where B is the rotational constant and is given as B is equals to what? H upon 8 pi square I into C. This is equation number 9. From equation 8, we can show the allowed energy levels for a rigid rotator as shown in the following figure. You will see the figure. The transition of the molecule from rotational levels J is equals to 0. J is the rotational quantum number. The energy levels are denoted by J is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. You will see in the figure, from transition from J is equals to 1 to 2, so 1 to 0, 2 to 0, 3 to 0 or 4 to 0 are not allowed. The transitions are allowed only from J is equals to 1 to 0, J is equals to 2 to 1, J is equals to 3 to 2, J is equals to 4 to 3, and the following figure shows the graph or the spectrum of rotational spectrum. Now, the spacing between spectral lines of diatomic rigid rotator. Consider the molecule absorbs energy or the radiation in and from energy level J is equals to 0, and it raises to the energy level higher J is equals to 1. The energy absorbed by the molecule will be epsilon J is equals to 0 to J is equals to 1 is equals to 2B minus 0, as B is equals to the rotational quantum constant. Epsilon J is equals to 2B per centimeter. Therefore, nu is the frequency. Epsilon J is expressed in frequency, which is equals to 2B per centimeter. This is equation number 10. Nu J is equals to 1 to J is equals to 2. The transition that corresponds is equals to 6B minus 2B per centimeter. That is equals to, in general, the equation nu J is equals to 1 to J is equals to 2 is equals to B into J plus 1 into J plus 2 minus Bj into J plus 1. That is equals to B into J square plus 3J. On solving, we will get B into J square plus 3J plus 2 minus J square plus J. That is equals to B into 2J plus 2, or that is equals to 2B into J plus 1. Equation number 11. Thus, rotational energy levels are stepwise raised, that results in an absorption spectrum consisting of equidistance lines at 2B, 4B, 6B, 8B per centimeters and so on, while a similar lowering should result in a identical emission spectrum. The selection rule for the rotational spectroscopy is, as we know, the most important condition for the molecules to give The selection rules for the rotational spectroscopy are as the most important condition for the rotational spectroscopy is for any molecule is it should contain a permanent dipole moment, and second, the transition is allowed only if change in rotational quantum number is unity, that is one change. The quantum mechanics permits only those transitions in which rotational quantum number increases or decreases by unity. This is called as selection rule. The selection rule for a diatomic rigid rotator is delta J is equals to plus or minus 1. When delta J is plus 1, it corresponds to the absorption radiation, while delta J is equals to minus 1, it corresponds to emission spectrum. It means that transitions from J is equals to 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3 are allowed, while those from 0 to 2, 1 to 3, these transitions are not allowed, means these are forbidden transitions. Thank you.